So from the beginning, the real, as usual, just keeps falling.
Yeah.
And it got to a point that people once again were like after 2022 and 2019 that they came out and got massacred. Uh, People were just like, we're just gonna go out, okay? We're just gonna try again to overthrow this regime. But this time they had a like a leadership. They had accepted Pahlavi as the leader of the movement, as the leader of
Who? And
transition.
he's the son of the Shah.
Son of the Shah of Iran, yes.
Okay.
The Shah of Iran. There's a lot of stuff to cover, but this is the gist of it. They came out a few days and then it was dying down. And then the prince, for the first time, gave a call to action, issued a call to action officially for Thursday night and Friday night. And people came from every major city, cities that hadn't come out. They all came out from all the major cities came out: Tehran, Shiraz, Tabriz, Mashhad, Ahvaz, Isfahan, Kermanshah, all the ethnicities, everybody came out and everybody chanted his name, literally, basically declaring that he is the leader of the revolution because they knew that the regime's going to cut off the internet soon. That's what they always done when protests get crazy.
Yeah.
So the second night they came out, the chants are the same. Videos were online. You can see it. It's all everywhere chanting Javid Shah means Shah immortal. And basically, this is the final battle. Pahlavi will return.
Now
Enough,
I
Arima.
saw
That's
I saw some clip where he was. I don't know if you've seen this or what you make of this, but he was like, my life is in America. I've lived in America for 40
I'll
years.
get to that. I'll get
Yeah.
to that.
Okay.
I'll get
Okay.
to that.
Go ahead.
But he has accepted the role for transition.
Okay.
Now, Iranians want him as the Shah. He himself is not a fan of that idea. Now, I'm not gonna, I don't blame him. He's not a big fan of that
And
idea
the Shah's basically what, the
because,
king?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, because he saw what happened to his father, who was probably the greatest patriot we've ever had. Just the Islamists and socialists, how they undermined and destroyed the country and were chanting death to Shah 40 years ago. He was a young man. He remembers when
Hmm.
his father was dying in the hospital. There were students, Iranian students were chanting at the hospital, death to Shah. So these are not stuff that you forget. So he has accepted the responsibility to lead the transitions towards a secular democracy. Now, Iranians majority want him as the Shah, as I said, but he hasn't outright denied that he would not accept it. He would accept it, but I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. But our main concern is the transitional period, to get to the transitional period. Because before this, people would come out to the street, they would get massacred. Nobody would talk about it in the West because, uh, for the reason I'll get to. But and because they had no leader, there was no unified message of this is our leader. Western countries talk to this guy.
Hmm.
Everybody could just ignore it. Everybody could just ignore
And
it and be
why did
like,
he
well,
never come
this is
out in the
all
past?
alternative and what?
Why did he never come out in the past? Is just he was kind of waiting for his spot where
Well,
he thought,
because it took 40 years for people, especially Gen Z and Gen Alpha, to get over the bullshit propaganda that the Islamists and socialists has spread out throughout the world. The stuff that you still hear. The brutal dictator. Shah never massacred anybody. He said it from the beginning. One of the interviewer asked him once, there's the video of it, you can find it. These are easily able to find. Said if 75% of the people said, thank you, but we need you to go, will you go? And he said, yes. And he did. He arrested and threw to prison terrorists, people who would make bombs, Several of them are still in charge and have one arm or one eye or whatever because they were making bombs and the bomb blew up.
Hmm.
Those types of people were in prison, arrested by Savak, and Savak was turned into the most evil thing in the whole universe, the intelligence ministry of Shah. And but Savak was fighting what we later on saw as all these like Al Qaeda types and terrorist groups and stuff. That was the origin. Savak was fighting those. And so Shah left, and the first generation had to go through the war and massacre of all the young people. So for one generation, there was silence. Then millennials came. Millennial generation started some protests in 1999. There was big protests, and the biggest one was 2009. But 2009 was co-opted by the reformists of the regime, reformist side, because they wanted more power within the regime.
Okay.
So they co-opted it, and because again there was no outside the regime leadership, and the Pahlavis had been lied about so hard that nobody was taking them seriously. But over time, basically, Gen Z discovered him. He was still saying the same things. I'm just here to help my people get to democracy. I don't want anything in this. And they found him, and that this is what happened. In 5 years, he became the most popular political figure in Iran. And so this is why the other protests didn't work out. And this is what pisses me off. We can get into the black pill
Let's hear it. Let's
area
hear it all.
of the internet. It's like I'm listening to these podcasts. The three guys who are like brains of economy and stuff. They open their thing with like, my friend was showing me. It's like they
Are you
opened
talking
the
about the All
podcast.
In podcast?
I don't know what it was, but it was they opened the podcast with, well, Iran, who's doing this and why? It's like, what? It's like, do you know what it means when a country doesn't have power for several hours of the day during summer, a warm country? Most of the country doesn't have water for several hours of the day. The price of you, people are buying yogurt on payments. Do you understand what that is? What that means?
Yeah, like they're buying it on credit. Like,
Food is now sold in payment because people can't buy it. And they think Israel or CIA have these groups in Iran that just they're just there. And they're like, hey guys, gather a few million people and just go to the street and get killed. It's like they don't understand what it is to live in a totalitarian country. There is no access. Spies can do stuff in a totalitarian country, but you can't do grassroots stuff in a totalitarian country
yeah, like you can't
because the
mobilize
government is
millions
controlling
of
everything.
people.
You can send a few guys to kill somebody and get out, but you can't start a grassroots movement
Yeah.
in Iran.
Because this
It's
started, did this not start? The initial thing was a bunch of like merchants kind of
yeah,
went on strike. Yeah.
the traditional market that is basically the traditional export import people, they were the ones who came out. It was like, no, we're done. We're
Yeah.
not going to survive this. They shut down Tehran's market and came out and started protesting. And when people saw the market, which was traditionally the basically the economic power behind the regime, market was the funder of the Islamic Revolution, the traditional market, because it feared that the global market is going to destroy it. So when they came out, people everywhere just came out, and immediately it turned from economy is bad to no, all of these motherfuckers have to go. This is serious. They have to go. And these people just sit on these things. Like Nick Fuentes the other day was like, tweeted, yeah, it's just astroturf. It's like Israelis. It's like, how? Just explain to me how. How?
Yeah.
And then they put up Israel made like dozens of channels, Instagram channels promoting Pahlavi. It's like the same way Russia promoted Trump in America. You think those work that way? Those things? It's like not understanding the country you're talking about. Oh, it's going to be Libya. No, it's not going to be Libya. It's not going to be any other country because no, we are not a country drawn on the map by somebody with a ruler.
Yeah, you guys
We've
have been
been
there
there.
forever.
We've been there before anybody was anywhere.
Yeah.
And the same people who've been there, we are the first country, we are the first empire, and literally we taught everybody how to be an empire. The systems that Darius the Great designed is the same that was used in Rome, the same that was used in the caliphates, everything. It's like these people don't get it. Iranian people, their ethnicities, but they've never been at war with each other. They all consider themselves Iranian first. It's like they've all ruled the country at some point. There is no sectarian war. There's never been a sectarian genocide in Iran, ever.
Hmm.
It's like you don't understand the country you're talking about and you just want to say something. And most of the black pill people, it's like, I understand it. It's like you once believed this and everything is this. The government is like this and everything fits into this worldview. And then it gets shattered completely. So now you either have two choices, and as we know, based on what they say, so about 70% of people are not able to do logic, hardcore logic.
Yeah.
So you have this was destroyed. So you look around and you take the exact opposite and just go with it. Now everything has to fit into this one. Look at the types of, I don't know, Jimmy Dore. Look at the types of like, it's so simple. You see it. It was like
Well, it's
this
just like
way,
it's Israel.
and now it's this way.
Yeah.
It's like it's or Israel. Like I was listening to one of your callers yesterday. I immediately Googled it. It was like, yeah, you is any Jew can go to Argentina and get pension. And I was like, really? So I Googled it and I was like, no, it's a bilateral basically thing with Israel and Argentina. If you worked there, if you basically like you lived in you're an Argentinian, you lived in Israel for a long time.
Uh-huh.
And you if you were a citizen or a resident, you would qualify for pension. But
Uh-huh.
they wouldn't give it to you because you're not a citizen, so you won't qualify for it. This makes it that now if you're working in that country and whatever, you can get those social benefits. And it's for Argentinians and Israelis, both in the other country.
Well,
It's
he
like
would say
how
you're a
different that
Jew.
is. How different it is. What?
No, I'm kidding. It was just a stupid joke.
Yeah, it's like different that is from, yeah, Jews can go to Argentina and get pension. It's like, yeah, you, Danny, just go to
Yeah,
Argentina
yeah. I
and
mean,
get
that doesn't that didn't in the moment. I go, I don't know about it. Just all Jews
it's
can just go
like
to Argentina.
it's like, dude, I get it. Okay, this is another thing I wanted to talk to you about. I've been
Is
thinking
there
about this a
Mossad
lot.
in Iran though? Like, do they have like some
No, if there
operatives?
was, we would be doing much better, bro.
Yeah,
They
that's a
would
good
just
point. That's a
take
good
out a
point.
lot of these murderers on the rooftops and stuff that just shoot at people. They
Blow them
would
up with
take them out.
pagers.
Yeah, it's like, yes, I'm sure Israel would love the regime to be gone, but
Oh,
that
for
doesn't
sure.
mean Israel wants exactly what we want. There are a lot of politicians in Israel who are pushing for basically disintegrating Iran into small groups of Kurds and Turks and stuff. We
Yeah.
don't want that.
No.
Okay. But in the regime going, unfortunately or happily, our interests are aligned.
Yeah.
Okay. This is not anybody's fault. This is not Iranian people's fault that this regime is like for these
I mean, it's the
people,
Iranian women's fault from like the 70s where they let this shit happen.
dude, they came to the streets in protest. You know who silenced them? A lot of the socialists. It was like,
Yeah.
no, revolution is at risk. We a piece of cloth doesn't matter right now. Let's
Hmm.
focus on the revolution. The socialists,
Yeah.
those, and it's like so. I get that people are pissed off that there is this Jewish lobby in America and it has a lot of power and whatever. Okay. But what you don't understand from an outside point of view, it's so simple what's happening right now. Did you see how the world suddenly shifted 180 degrees on Israel immediately? Like after the October 7, it was
Yeah,
supposed
yeah,
to be
of
slam
course.
dunk, and it was just like woof.
Hmm.
What happened? It's literally the Islamist lobby fighting the Jewish lobby to take it out of power and take more power. It's a power over
They did
lobbying
a great
power.
job.
It's a,
They did a
yeah, it's
phenomenal
good.
job.
And you know why? Because there's a billion of them.
Yeah.
And they have learned that they have enough power now in Western countries, that they are a voting bloc, that they are an economic force, and they can actually throw their weight around. And they are doing it, and they're doing a phenomenal job. I don't blame them. Anybody in another country would try to benefit their own group. Now, from the Western point of view, I would be like, you know what? No, these guys are not the people we should be able to allowing into our countries or stuff like. But hey, that's Western countries' problem.
Yeah.
England is done, for example. They're not going to survive this. I don't think they're ever going to survive this. What's happening in England, stuff like that. But it's like, yeah, you should protect your country. You
Yeah.
didn't. But this is the battle between the Jewish lobby and the Islamic lobby. And Islamic lobby is now turned the a part of the red pilled, black pilled, whatever you want to call it, to their thing. So they're just taking anything that this lobby says as the word of God. It's like, yeah, but this said, it's like, yeah, this, it's like a time of is Stalin. If it's like, yeah, Stalin killed like 10 million people, and Stalin be like, no, I didn't. That's a lie. And they'd be like, see, Stalin says it's a lie, man. It's like, that does, that's like, be a little more critical.
Yeah.
It's always a battle between powers.
Right.
And we are stuck in there.